The Great Trial was a dream that at one point didn't seem so distant. However, with the horrors of Taboritsky and Nazi tortures to the Russian people and motherland, that dream is even further from our grasp. However, it is not too far to be impossible. For as in the shadows, a nation lies upon us. But not in Omsk, where Karbyshev and Yazov laid. No. We are now in Toyemen and Sverdlovsk, the redeemed Black League, led by none other than Alexander Lazarenko. We still have the same dream and ambitions as Yazov. However, we still despise him for as he did not accomplish his goals. That's why the Redeemed Black League and its people believe in Alexander Lazarenko to lead us to Russian reunification and to tackle the Western threat, the Nazis. But for now, we've got to focus on Russian reunification. Now, Chelyabinsk, it's a pretty rich city. I mean, it's led by Dmitry Karbyshev, pretty interesting man, in a good way. However, unfortunately, we're going to have to put his days to an end. Well, not really. I'm not sure what the Redeemed Black League would do with Dmitry Karbyshev. Probably use him for their own advantage. But anyways, that was a pretty quick and easy war, for as the scientists weren't good at fighting a war. And as you could read, the light of progress in Russia has gone out. Not really. I mean, we've inherited their abilities, so now we are the bastion of light, of progress. Anyways, although we have conquered a nation already, right off the bat, we are doing pretty terribly as a nation. I mean, we have got the manpower, but the war support, which is supposed to be our strength, is not looking so well. We have got a pretty hefty equipment deficit, and our stability, I don't even want to talk about it. So we've got quite some work to do. As we deployed some newly improved divisions, our stability would also improve and war support, but it will take quite a while. What can also be a stability boost for the nation is tackling our eastern threats, the Brotherhood of Cain. Sorry, I did a video on him last time. It was interesting, to say the least, so it's time to put an end to his nation. Now the Brotherhood of Cain, the deranged state, put up a pretty good fight at the start, but our army was obviously no match for them. As we overran their divisions, they capitulated, and we will not stop there, for as we will look north to the Nenetian Free Army, or whatever it's called. Once they capitulated, we will tackle the first nation or breakaway state which is still loyal to Taboritsky, the Imperial Airborne Brigades. I think they're loyal to Taboritsky, you can correct me on that, but since they were loyal to Taboritsky, we took them out with haste. And just like that, basically all of Western Siberia is under Lazarenko's control. Now I apologize on this, but I lost the footage of me conquering the Euro Confederation or whatever. They were pretty powerful and we suffered quite a bit. However, we would remain triumphant. As you can see, all the other warlords are kicking off with their own separate war, or most of them, except for the Central Siberian nations. So we're going to attack them, starting with the Central Eurasian Republic. Now I'm doing this to have a clear gateway to the capital city of Tomsk for the new Republic of Tomsk. Now, despite the Central Eurasian Republic being quite industrialized, once we captured major cities like Novosibirsk and a few other key victory points, they would soon surrender. Another nation under our control. However, we will not stop our rampage just yet. Once we stepped on the gas, we will not stop. We will keep advancing. We captured the city of Tomsk, leading to the capitulation of the new Republic of Tomsk. A wise decision on their behalf. The kingdom of Adelaide fell with ease as well. So that concludes our campaign in Western Siberia and Central Siberia. Now it looks like that the Free Kazakh clans has remained triumphant over the Kazakh Purification Army. Pretty nice for them. I mean, the Kazakh Purification Army was a pretty deranged state, just like the Brotherhood of Game. I mean, who am I to say deranged? Well, we're not going to be deranged for long. Most people think our nation is deranged, but we're going to prove those nations wrong. We're going to defeat all of the Russian warlords and have our eyes turned to the Nazis. But for now, I guess we can stay focused and fixated on the war in Central Asia. Well, we defeated the Kazakh free clans with relative ease, so we're going to turn our eyes to the east once more. We're going to conquer the anarchists. The anarcho-communists were the most powerful, followed by the vanguard anarchists, who were, they only had one division on the front line, I think. But that's not stopping us from continuing onwards to eastern Siberia. No, despite it looks like the second conquering all of our eastern Siberia, they just capitulated within a matter of weeks. They had everything caught. Oh well, I mean, it's a major victory for us. Now that all remains in Russia, besides Muscovy and Caucasus and blah blah blah, you know, it's just Western Russia. The North Russian Liberation Front, the Communist or Stalinist down south, and the Holy Russian Empire in the middle. So we're going to fight the first, or the Stalinists down south, first of all. I'm doing this obviously because I do not know how strong the combined forces of all three Western Russian nations are. Now, I obviously overestimated the strength of the Stalinists, but the Holy Russian Empire put up an average fight until we captured the city of Vietka. Now, the North Russian Liberation Front, their army was supposed to be strong. I mean, they're supposed to be the carryouts of the West Russian Revolutionary Front, but I suppose not. In the end, the redeemed Black League will remain triumphant. The Russian government of national vengeance has been united, but at what cost? Fascism has corrupted our nation, so it is time to tackle the most fascist states of them all. First, the Japanese, who took advantage of a weakened state during the Second World War caused by the Nazis. This was just a warm-up for the great trial against the Nazis. So, our naval invasions are prepared, our army is united by force and for the people. So, without further ado, let's commence our war against the Japanese and its allies. It was the closing days of the war. The Japanese and its allies were on the brink of capitulation. And just like that, we have defeated one of our greatest fascist enemies. But now, the real great trial begins, something nobody could have expected. Puny little nation, destroyed and traumatized by the Nazis, Japanese, and Taboritsky's reign, has risen through the ashes and is now fighting the Nazis alone. Now I had to use the toolpack to declare war on some of the other allies which weren't getting called in. Most importantly, Dagestan. I mean, we're gonna have to fight them anyways, but it was just fitting that since they were in the Germans' alliance thingy, we may as well fight them at the same time.
Она поет, пусть он землю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша сбережет. Пусть он землю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша сбережет. Расцветали яблони и груши, поплыли туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой. Ленина над нами, строить счастье мы пришли. Пишем юными руками биографию земли. Снова вперед запряжем, снова вперед идущему, пусть наша настоящая, сознаву грядущему. Звездною ракетой выстремится с каждым днем. Сами ясные рассветы мы над Родиной зажжем. Зажжем слава вперед смотрящему, слава вперед идущему, пусть наша настоящая.
As the closing days of the war against Germany and its allies, I want to realize that we have accomplished everything that we have ever dreamed of. Back in 1962, the Black League, back in Omsk, dreamed of days like these. However, they fell because Karbyshev and Yazov could never accomplish even a fraction of what Lazarenko has achieved. Our faction spans all across Eurasia. We have defeated the Japanese along with its allies in China and India, and so much more in the Pacific. Not to mention, most importantly, we have reunited Russia under one people. we have also defeated the Germans, our main goal of this video. Our generals and field marshals feel overwhelmed with excitement, but at what cost? We are no much better than these fascists. For us, we have caused destruction and death all across Eurasia. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I put a lot in time and effort into these past videos. That's why the delay between, what was it, the Chelyabinsk Institute, Brotherhood of Cain, and then this video was so long. It just took so much effort. Not to mention my computer is completely and utterly fried. But that won't stop me from producing videos for you guys. I try not to complain as much as I do. I know I am quite a bit of a complainer. I do apologize about that. I am dealing with stuff in real life. I'm trying to get my life back on track, but I don't think you guys really care about my life outside of YouTube. So I won't really yap about that too much. Anyways, that's besides the point. I will continue to produce high quality videos just like these for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.